Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the report from Tiger Mountain. Yes, we're back from holidays, and we're going to talk about the artist Vincent Namatjira versus Gina Rinehart. Stick around and listen to tonight's controversial report. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about the Aboriginal artist Vincent Namatjira, I believe that's how you pronounce his name, versus Gina Rinehart. Obviously there's a portrait done by that artist of Gina, which Gina Rinehart doesn't like, and Gina would like to have it removed from the gallery. And look, I want to say at the outset here, I'm not a huge fan of Gina Rinehart. I'm an economic nationalist. I believe that the resources that Australia has, and we have incredible resources in this country, should be used for the people of Australia. I don't mind that if people mining them get wealthy, and some of them will probably become billionaires, but we don't need them to become mega billionaires or whatever, the way the obscene amount of money that she has made for herself. A country like Norway put a basic tax on its resources from people who mined it, and has built a vast resource. You could practically not tax people in this country if you would appropriately tax, for example, the iron ore that was removed from Australia, for example. Anyway, look, that's another issue we don't want to get into, but I'm just saying I'm not a huge fan of Gina Rinehart. What I did want to say is I wanted to look at the artwork of Vincent Namatjira. I thought, well, okay, she wants this artwork removed, I'll go take a look. And I thought, that's a really terrible picture. But I thought, well, okay, maybe the rest of this guy's artwork is interesting. But I went and had a look at, a whole bunch of his work online, and let me tell you, it is terrible. I've never seen a worse artist that is in, like a national gallery or a state gallery. Why are we celebrating this art that looks like it is the work of a child with severe disabilities? You know what I mean? Like, this is exactly what it's like. It's hopeless. And you think, there's only one reason that this artist's art is in the gallery, and it's because he is Aboriginal. You know what I mean? And I know it's all got to do with like diversity, equity, and inclusion and all this bullshit. But like, it is terrible. Now, I don't want to pick on this Aboriginal gentleman. I mean, I do believe in Australia there's always been the saying, you should be kind to the Aborigines. Now, I'm somebody who subscribes to that. And if I were to go to the local church hall and see the work of this Vincent Namatjira, I'd probably think, well, good on him. You know what I mean? It's in the church hall, at the local, I don't know, the local charity or the local whatever, Brotherhood of St. Lawrence or whoever has decided to help out some hopeless local artist. I would probably be encouraging of this artist and say, stick to it. Who knows? Maybe one day you'll be Vincent van Gogh or somebody. I don't know. But no, the fact that this person's art is put into the National Gallery, into the State Gallery, is patently ridiculous. The artwork is moronic. He's won an Archibald Prize, and I think this does. It doesn't do the Aboriginal community any favours when you take an artist whose work is so terrible, like this Vincent Namatjira, and to promote him as like some representation of Australia and the Aboriginal people. You're doing the Aboriginal community no favours. This artwork is atrocious. I studied aesthetics at university, and almost every aesthetic metric you can think of, the work is bordering on the work of somebody who's retarded. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. So I can actually understand the problem Gina Rinehart has. I don't understand why it's being promoted so, straight through the roof. So that's all I wanted to say, you know what I mean? I think it's just patently ridiculous that we have to, put up with the work, of this artist. And, I've been to these exhibitions and galleries because I'm actually somebody who studies culture, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure you find that, not much of a surprise. But I go to the contemporary art galleries, I go to the National Gallery, and I sometimes see Aboriginal art, and I just think, this is just terrible. I'm not saying all of it is. Some of it is good, some of it is interesting, but a lot of it is terrible. It seems like a huge amount is just promoted way above its station, and that's what I think is going on with this, artist. I'm going to put it in inverted commas there because I don't think he's an artist. I think it's so hopeless that he's not an artist. His name is Vincent Namatjira, and I hate to say it, I'm on Gina Rinehart's side. I think this should be removed, but if it wanted to be placed at the local Rotary Church Hall, I think that is the appropriate place for it because it's amateurish. it's just, hopeless. And that's all I've got to say tonight on the report from Dugger Mountain.